DJ and PK, we're joined now by Bob Casper, co-host of Real Golf Radio. Joins us live from Augusta, Georgia. Bob, good morning, and congratulations on having the number one pick in the draft.
Oh, come on. PK, come on, let's hear you brag.
Do you think picking Scheffler this year was better than picking Scheffler 2 years ago? The answer to that would be no, Bob. Thank you.
Well, it was the first one, but Scheffler is the number one player in the world, and it was still a good pick because golf is golf ball.
All three of us would have picked him, so there's no doubt about it. I think we need to mix up the picks. I'm tired of picking third. But I sucked.
You're relegated to third, buddy.
Relegated? I still lead with 5 majors. You are Tiger, and I am Jack. So get off my back, you stupid golf hack.
Oh, wow.
That escalated quickly.
See, I told you. There's just no living with him.
So 3 XYs will say the same thing.
Yep. So 2 missed cuts you had? Wyndham Clark and Victor Hovland.
I sucked this week.
Patrick Cantlay and Joaquin Niemann finished tied for 22nd, and John Rahm tied for 45th.
Yeah, well, at least I didn't finish last like your pick.
What, miscut?
No, Harmon. He literally finished dead last.
He had miscut, just like you 2 of your guys.
But he finished dead last.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's a miscut.
He finished dead last. Harmon gets the first pick in the PGA.
I racked up a ton of FedEx Cup points, too.
Right, but you're like Pope going to Kentucky, man. You had the first pick.
DJ.
I wanted to know the FedEx Cup.
You got a second place.
I did.
Yeah.
He looked up the guy. He'd never heard of him. He didn't even know how to pronounce his name.
Doesn't matter. I just recognize talent and swings, PK.
You had no idea until you read it that morning.
You discover, guys. I discovered him.
Guess what I'm doing right now?
Playing golf.
I am hitting a drive on the 10th hole at Palmetto Country Club. This is where some PGA Tour players, when they're here. You hear that?
It sounded pure.
Now, did you have your head pinned against your shoulder holding on to the phone when you did that?
No, I did not.
I know, but that would have been more impressive. I know technology saved you.
NBC gave me the idea with their playing through that they have on television. Right during the middle of the round, guys are talking to them on the on the phone with the headphones. So, what'd you guys think about the Masters?
I thought it was a dominant performance by the number one player, and there's something to be said for being the overwhelming favorite and winning the freaking thing, not necessarily going away, but comfortably enough. And it begs the question, we've had Rory, we've had Spieth, we've had others, Dustin Johnson. Is he going to be able to be the closest thing to Tiger?
Well, 2 years, he's got 9 wins now in 2 majors. That's pretty good. But the thing about Scottie is he just kept his head down and kept plodding along, and he had guys that were chasing him that really had a difficult time because they didn't want to meet yet in Aubert and Max Homa.
Yeah, but even a guy who had one had just a nightmare 9th hole. I mean, that's behind a tree and 2 swings out of the trap. That sounds like the average hole for me.
Well, even he said he tried to get too greedy. He tried to get up there and hit a shot that was going to be right at that bunker on 9 and get it up onto the green. But, when it all comes down to it, he made 2 double bogeys in his final round, and that's what shot him out of the event. But, the interesting thing came, on the back 9, and we always talk about the back 9 at Augusta, that it all comes down to the back 9 when it's close. And Scottie, he makes birdie on 8, 9, and 10, makes a bogey at 11, but Aubert hit it in the water, left on 11. Then you have Max Homa, so did Morikawa, and he made double. Aubert made double, and then Max Homa hit it over the green on 12 up into the ivy, and he made a double. So, that kind of gave him the distance to finish. But you know what? He kept piling it on. He made a birdie at 14, par at 15, made a birdie at 16, and he ends up winning the golf tournament.
I thought that was the disappointing thing is there's been so much tension over the years at the Masters. And from the 9th hole, when I was definitely feeling it, right? It's a 3-way tie. By 12, I thought, well, Scheffler's got it at 12. Once, I mean, that was everybody's done with 12 going to 13. It's over. Scheffler is not going to – he just wasn't going to botch that.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that a lot can happen on a back nine at Augusta. And – you know, guys have 2 shots to lead, and it turns around, and they, a couple of guys make a couple birdies in front of them on 13 and 15, maybe 14, maybe 16, and then it becomes a whole different ball game. Kenny Perry was leading by 2 shots with 2 holes to play, and he bogeyed both those holes and lost in the playoff. So, you know, you just have to keep plugging along and keep hitting the shots that you've been hitting, and that's what he was able to do to be able to win the golf tournament by 4.
A lot of talk now with his wife going to be giving birth here at any point, and he acknowledged it. He's in for a different experience. I was listening to Faxon driving in, and he's talking about how the guy actually, he thinks that that's going to work toward his advantage because he has his priorities. Tiger, we know as he was dominant, was also somewhat of a mess off the course, and maybe that helped lead to his, I don't want to call it demise, but maybe some issues got in the way. And with Scheffler being so grounded, Faxon was making the point that he's able to play free because, you know, we heard him talk about afterward, I've already won because of the cross, and he was talking about the crucifixion and Jesus as being his savior. And so this thing here with the child won't impede anything because he's already got his priorities in order, and it helps his mind be free. I buy it, and so we'll see what happens, but 100%. Your response.
100% PK. His faith is a determining factor in his life, hugely determining factor. His family, parents, wife, everybody, huge determining factor in his life. Somebody asked him yesterday, you know, how's this going to change? And he goes, well, I got my family, I got Meredith, I got my son. He said, you know, golf's going to be about number 4 right now.
Right.
And so he was also asked, what's been passed on the best by your parents to you? And he said, you know, my parents always supported me in whatever I wanted to do, and they loved me, and they loved me. And he said, I just can't wait to be a parent now, because that's what matters in life is family. And he and his wife are going to be a parent here about the end of the month. But he flew home last night after his dinner with the members, and then I'll jump on a plane again and be back to Hilton Head on Wednesday for a signature event, and then he takes a couple weeks off before Quail Hollow, and then a week off before he gets to the PGA Championship.
So you figure he's good for another major this year?
You know, it's pretty hard to not bet against him. He just hits such good quality shots off the tee, off the irons. His chipping and his putting are coming around, and it's you can't not pick him in a major championship going forward.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I think now we're going to just rearrange the rules a little bit. My territorial pick. I was born in New Jersey, so was Scottie Scheffler. That's who I'm taking.
Wow, Rahm and Scheffler.
Sorry. No, I traded Scheffler. You can have Rahm.
Sorry.
Nice.
Sorry.
Let's just remember. Bob. Let's just remember. He's going to complain, Bob, for years about me taking Ludwig.
Yep.
But just remember, that was my 3rd round pick. Oh, yeah, you'll bring it up forever.
He's second place.
Wyndham Clark and Patrick Cantley were his first 2 picks when he could have had Ludwig.
And I got 5 majors, and you've got 2.
Yeah, I do.
Does the phrase "shut the hell up" mean anything to you?
No, I got this microphone right here. I got a gift. I can talk.
So
I don't have a gift to drafting golfers.
Oh, that, and you can lip read.
That too. You're right.
PK.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
PK.
Go ahead, Bob.
My family lives in Austin, Texas, and that's where he went to college. So He's on my team.
Family, you live down there in Spanish Fork. What are you talking about? Or Mapleton or someplace.
Her husband and 4 of my grandsons live in Lockhart, Texas, which is just south of Austin.
Oh, now it's south of, okay. Anybody who's from south of Austin, you can take. Not in Austin.
It's south of Austin, 10 miles.
Yeah, well, why don't you go south of Austin and go south of Houston and go south of Galveston and keep going, if you get my drift.
Cancun.
You know what, DJ? Methinks he protests too much.
I think you two are both spoiled. You don't want to earn it the old-fashioned way. You want it gifted to you as a territorial pick. Please.
Well, who brought that up? Not me.
Yeah, that was
I didn't bring
PK's
up territorial
first.
pick.
Yeah, that was
The
PK's
whole
first.
draft was me.
It's true.
That's right.
It's worked out pretty well too. All right, Bob. Have you hit the second shot here? We heard the drive.
Yeah, I hit a drive. I hit a rescue club, and I just hit a sand shot, and I'm short of the green on a par 5.
Well, may you 3-putt.
Well, I appreciate that very much. Thank you, PK.
Wow. That was Bob for Bleep Off, PK. That was a super polite shut the bleep up. All right, Bob. We will let you go.
All right, guys.
Go make your 25-footer. Thank you, Bob.
Okay. All
Bob
right, take
Casper,
care.
Real Golf Radio, Saturday mornings right here on The Zone. Keith O'Brien, Charlie Hustle, the rise and fall of Pete Rose in the last glory days of baseball. Next, stay with us.